by NCCA's Subcommission on Cultural Communities and Traditional Arts in partnership with the Sigma Hanon Foundation for Culture and the Arts Incorporated through the clusters of the committees on Northern, Central, and Southern cultural communities. This activity is in addition to the month-long gathering of cultural communities in celebration of the IP Month, pursuant to the Presidential Proclamation 1906, Series of 2009, declaring the month of October as the National Indigenous Peoples Month. Malapit po sa aking puso ang selebrasyon na ito kasi sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, ako po ay isang miyembro po ng Indigenous Peoples group natin dito sa ating bansa. Ako po ay nanggaling sa tribong Subanen sa Western Mindanao. And it is also very timely, the celebration today, this month especially, kasi sa ASEAN din po ay merong meeting ongoing last day today, yung Commission on Culture and Information ginaganap ngayon sa Brunei. At nandoon po ang ating Deputy Director General si DDG Aris Gutierrez to represent me sa meeting na iyon na nangyayari hanggang sa kasalukuyan. So, salamat at sana ay patuloy ang pagsuporta natin sa ating mga katutubong mamamayan sa Pilipinas at para isulong ang kanilang mga karapatan, ang kultura, ang mga paniniwala at iba pa ng ating mga katutubong mamamayan. So, welcome po dito sa ating Weekly Forum Commissioner REDEN and Ma'am Mary Ann.
Umaga, sir.
Good morning, sir. Thank you, DG Torres. We now turn over the floor to NCCA Commissioner for Subcommission on Cultural Communities and Traditional Arts, REDEN S, ULO, and NCCA Project Management Division Chief Mary Ann Luis for their statements and discussions.
Kayudapos, that's a Tipoli term for good morning, magandang umaga, and happy Indigenous Peoples Month to all of us. We are very thankful and we are grateful for welcoming us, Sir Jose Torres. I'm very happy because you did mention that you are one of the indigenous peoples, basically Subanen. I'm a Tiboli by blood. My father, my mother, and really I'm a representative of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, particularly on the Subcommission for Cultural Communities and Traditional Arts. So we are here this morning to present to you what is really the purpose why we are celebrating the Dayaw, Ma'am Ann. So we are celebrating Dayaw because it is basically needs to present the pride, to show one best pride and dignity and identity as a human person, as a Filipino. It also highlights the importance of our richness of indigenous culture, both tangible and intangible cultural heritage. And essentially, it also discussed some issues and concerns of who we are as an IP. Kasi maraming nagiging problema, what are the threats of being an indigenous people around the country. And also to facilitate interactions between different indigenous peoples around the country. Because based on the list of the NCCA, we have more than 110 indigenous peoples, but the NCCA, mas marami ang sa listahan natin. And we are also underpins our sense of identity and our connections at the present to the past. So this is also a story between our past experiences and now we are in the mainstream. And I quote also now in celebrating the Dayaw, we have the 3 R's. I quote this from Professor Philippe Diligon of University of the Philippines. He would mention the 3 R's on how to strengthen the lives of indigenous people. Number 1 is to give respect. We have to give them a highest respect. Second one, we want all people to recognize the rights of indigenous people. And of course, last one, the third R, is representation. So we are here, I am here this morning to to represent the indigenous peoples around the country, to raise our voice, or para malalaman ng lahat o sa ating bansa ang talaga ang purpose of why celebrating the dialogue. So now, based on history, the National Commission for Culture and the Arts is a lead agency of the government that would spearheaded the successful Indigenous Peoples Month celebration way back in 2005 to 2008 in Isabela and Davao City. And in 2009, there was a declaration or signing of the Presidential Proclamation number 1906, declaring the month of October of every year as a National Indigenous Peoples Month. So we are very thankful to the national government because they really recognize that the existence of indigenous peoples around the country is very essential and very important on our development. Because without the IPs, of course, mawawala ang ating mga kultura. And we don't want to lose our culture. And the IPs are basically the wisdom keepers. So they really have the heart to really safeguard, protect, and even promote the Philippine culture and the arts. And in celebrating and safeguarding the culture of indigenous cultural communities as part of the life of the nation. So it should be inclusive, hindi siya exclusive. Inclusivity is very important, the sense of inclusivity, because celebrating dialogue is for everybody. This is not only intended for the indigenous people, but this is also intended to all the indigenous cultural communities around the country. And for this year, we are celebrating the 5th Dialogue celebration. 15th, I'm sorry. 15th, medyo matagal na, no? 15th Dialogue celebration in October, this month, in 2030. And there are things that had been formulated for a couple of years, way back 2009. In the list, we have the Doom Indigenous Peoples Festival. This was celebrated in Rojas City in Capiz. And indigenous peoples in changing environment. So basically, indigenous peoples really have their mechanism in terms of protecting the nature, the culture. So basically, I also believe on the CAN, the CAN, culture, adventure, and nature. We are not here if we will not be going to protect the nature, because the creativity itself is coming from the environment. And we also have the legal basis why is NCCA is leading the Dialogue Festival. So we have that legal basis in terms of leading this Dialogue Festival every year. So NCCA is a government, is the lead agency among other agencies like CHED. We have also the National Commission on Indigenous People, the NCIP. And we have also some, make mention, we have also here we have the National Commission on Indigenous People, Office of the Muslim Affairs, or the OMA, or now the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, and of course the CHED and the TESTA. Those are the other government agencies na kasama namin because hindi namin kaya lahat, kailangan mayroon kang katuwang. So no man is an island, di ba, sabi nila. So we need other agencies to really have a very productive and successful event every year. And this year, we have this theme formulated by the Subcommission on Cultural Communities and Traditional Arts. We have here the Buhay na Dunong, or the Intangible Cultural Heritage, Pagkamalikhain at Kalikasan. So we are focusing on this theme because we wanted to really show to all people that nature and creativity are interconnected. Why is it interconnected? There is no creativity or artistry which is gawa ng ating mga cultural masters in the schools of living tradition without the nature. So first we have to protect the nature because lahat ng raw materials ay galing doon sa kalikasan. Even now I am wearing this tinalak. So tinalak is a fabric of weaved by the Tipoli in Lake Cebu. So this is from the dream. The design of tinalak basically is from nature. bago ka maghabi ng isang tinala, kailangan mananaginip ka muna. So it usually coming from spirits or from nature. So in nature, there is always a spirit we call this Fudalo. Fudalo is the spirit of nature who reminds the weaver to continue the weaving tradition. So that is why we have a very high respect to nature. And now, maraming threats, maraming concerns and issues regarding nature, marami tayong mga mining, ma'am, no? So marami tayong mga ganon. So nasisira ang kalikasan dahil sa tao. Diba? So now, it is an avenue where the indigenous peoples will convene through Dayang Festival. And of course, the creativity. What I'm wearing is my tubaw. This is a handmade weave from Ibori also. So, creativity yan. But in terms of creativity, hindi lang siya yung isusuot mo lang. There's always a response in terms of appreciating the culture. You have to appreciate. Like this. This is a tubaw. Mayroon siyang sungay dalawa because I want to show dito sa atin o sa ating bansa na it symbolizes datu. That means you are the head of the community. You know how to solve conflicts if mayroon man, or you have to follow yung peace. No? Ganun siya. So there is always a rule. So, and in here, we have also the DIA 2023 activities. But basically, we will be having this on October 20 and 21 at the Metropolitan Theater. So we have the opening program, of course, nandun yung ating more or less 225 indigenous cultural communities around the country. So I am appealing to everyone to be there to also witness. And then there will be a cultural or outreach program in all the colleges and universities dito lang sa Manila. And then there will be an opening concert, no? And then we have the arts and fair. O baka gusto niyo magbili ng mga ginawa ng ating mga culture masters in the schools of the tradition. Mayroon silang ibibenta doon. And then we have also the cultural tour. And most importantly is we have the forum. Some issues, the burning issues, concerns pertaining to indigenous peoples will be discussed in the forum. So we will be having the half-day discussion from 8 o'clock to 12 noon. And that is one of the highlights of the dialogue. So what is important is the indigenous peoples themselves are the resource person. So because we want to highlight them, sila yung actors and actresses in the Dayang Festival because it is their man. This is our man. So sila yung resource person, sila din yung host, sila din yung magbigay ng kanilang talino, i-share yung kanilang best practices in terms of having the schools of living tradition. And of course, we have also the concert, Dayang concert, which is, we have the artistic director, si Miss Shirley Halil Cruz, who will be staging yung pinaka-importanting performances in 14 nights. And we also have local, national, and international events. So basically, we have the National Arts and Craft Fair, katatapos lang last week. It was held in Mega Mall, SM Mega Mall in Mandaluyong City. So there were more than 200 SMEs, including the Manilika ng Bayan, and of course the Schools of Living Tradition. Yun ay sponsored din ng ating Senate Representative Senator Lauren Ligarda. Okay, and then we have also the capacity building and documentation of intangible cultural heritage. It's very important to really safeguard the ICS, even the tangible. And we have also the launch of 2024 Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference in Disaster Risk Reduction that will be held in Pasay City. And we have October 14 to 19, this is a local, Pamana Agham with the OST, our partner with the OST. And the documentation of the traditional governance system and but we have this cultural community in Kabagbalan City. So yun. This is very important also to know our customary laws and governance. Because in the indigenous people's community, mayroon kami sariling governance. mayroon tayong national constitution, but basically in the community, mayroon kaming sariling way of solving conflicts. No? And we have also Manila Fame, of course, and the Tagabawa Literacy for IB Festival, and we have also the Nawa Indigenous Filipino Food, Arts, and Craft Fair. And of course, Baile Indigenous Dances. So we are also having these different indigenous dances to be showcased by the NCCA. And basically, ang pinaka-importante yung celebration ng Dayaw is October 20 to 21. And we have also the calendar of activities which can be shown also in FB, and we have also in YouTube,
Yes, sir.
and then other platforms. And then now we have the poster, so we have also the t-shirt, so makikita natin yan. And we have also the cover photo for the Dial 2023, including the different partners we have from the different government agencies. And we have also the profile pictures of the Dial. And basically we have the Dial video. So I don't know if it could be played today, so yes. Maybe we can play the Dial video so that all of us here will also be reminded that we have to help the NCCA and help us to really promote this Dial Festival. Makidayaw na. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat. Kay Bong, salamat, Belay.
Dinggin ang tawag. Upang manumbalik sa ating pinagmulan. Upang makiisa sa kalikasan. Upang ipagdiwang ang yaman ng iba't ibang kultura. Ang Oktubre ay pambansang buwan ng katutubong Pilipino. Alinsunod sa proklamasyon bilang 1906, serye 2009. Pinaanyayahan namin kayo sa isang paglalakbay. Upang pahalagahan ang pamana na humubog sa ating kinabukasan. Upang tangkilikin at palakasin ang proteksyon sa mga karapatan ng mga katutubong pamayanang kultural. Upang dakilain ang kalikasang nag-aruga sa atin. Ang Pambansang Komisyon para sa Kultura at mga Sining ay magdaraos ng Dayaw taong 2023. Isang pagdiriwang ng Pambansang Buwan ng Katutubong Pilipino na may temang Buhay na Dulo, Pagkamalikhain at Kalikasan. Ating itatampok kung papaano kumakalinga sa ating pamana ang pagkamalikhain ng mga katutubong pamayanan at kalikasan. Makibahagi upang matuto, magdiwang at makiisa. Ngayong Oktubre, para sa Dayaw taong 2023, isang pagdiriwang ng Pambansang Buwan ng Katutubong Pilipino. Makidayaw na!
Thank you so much. So with me, of course, Ma'am Mary Ann Luis, pag mayroon tayong mga tanong. So, siya po ang NCCA Project Management Division Officer.
We now welcome questions from our media partners.
Parang hindi. Ba't parang hindi po na-inform ang media about sa Dayaw, yung mga activities mo sa
Intramuros?
mall?
Small?
Parang hindi po na-inform.
Intramuros po kami.
Ay, Intramuros. Okay.
And that's why we're holding this press conference, sir. So that, kaya po kami ngayon magkaroon ng press conference. Of course, sa pakikipagtulungan ng PIA, maraming salamat po for accommodating us. And kami po ay nananawagan sa publiko na makisama sa NCCA at sa mga ahensyang nabanggit kanina, NCIP, Commission on Muslim Filipinos, CHED, and TESDA, to celebrate Dayaw 2023. So the major celebrations, as presented earlier, will take place actually here at the Metropolitan Theater along sa Arroceros Park po. Nabanggit po kanina is, Metropolitan Theater is a property of the NCCA and it has been opened, so we're very happy to showcase Dayaw this time there, dito po sa ating Arroceros Park. And of course, the performances will be also at the Metropolitan Theater. So we have bazaars, we have forums there that will be happening for 2 days. Pero sa kalendaryo po kanina, nakita natin there are actually activities happening all over the country, and as well, meron din po tayo overseas. Meron pong mga ibang mga kasamahan po tayo sa ibang bansa through our Centro Rizal. We will be also celebrating Dayaw, Indigenous Peoples Month, with us this October.
Yes, good morning. I'm MJ Balader of DCLG Online. My question is, this big event on October 20, ilan pong different IP groups yung inaasahan natin na pupunta doon sa Arroceros na magpa-participate and also to met? Thank you.
Basically, in the list we have more than 225 indigenous cultural communities who will be joining the Dayaw. So this is from South, Central, and North. So it's very colorful festival because you will be seeing their craft, their arts, their songs, their expressions, and of course they will be more represented.
Sa Muslim group, ano ba, yung mga marana, may
Yeah.
specific number po ba ng mga IPs na magpa-participate?
So basically, Maranao taos. So we have also the Yakan, we have the Kagan, and those sub-tribe of Muslims are there. So basically, they are part of the southern cultural communities. So mas marami sila.
Good morning po, Sir Reden at Ma'am Mary, Sergio. Magkababayan pala tayo kasi North Cotabato ako eh. Ang Tibuli, ang tatay ko rin taga Zamboanga sa inyo, Sir. So, Sir, linawin ko lang po. Ang Davao kasi may kanayawan. Para lang malinaw sa ating mga kababayan, ano po yung Dayaw?
Dayaw basically is of words na formed together. We have here to present pride and honor, meaning it is a Thanksgiving celebration. It is also an honor to the indigenous peoples who are really working for the culture, and it is also a sense of dignity and identity. So pag sabi natin Dayaw, we are honoring people, we are honoring those cultural masters and those indigenous cultural communities. So marami siyang meaning, marami siyang ibig sabihin, but in different languages, no? Marami, iba sa Ilocano, iba sa Tiboli. For example, sa Tiboli, ang Dayaw para sa amin, kahatangon. So that's meaning, Dayaw encompasses every cultural communities. So lahat ng mga indigenous cultural communities can make use of the term Dayaw.
Sir, ang National Commission on Indigenous People kay Jennifer Sipo, ito ba solo ninyo na mga program or project or mayroong participation ng NCIP?
This is a collaborative effort because the NCIP itself is our partner. Where in fact yesterday, we have meeting with the NCIP chair, Commissioner Jennifer Sibugas, pertaining on Manilika ng Bayan and ito sa Dayaw Festival. She will be joining the festival on October 20 during the opening. NCIP is really there to support the NCCA. So they are our partner organization.
Ano po yung mga highlight dyan, sir? May mga premyo, products lang, may mga prizes.
Bazaars, but basically we are not giving monetary prizes, no? But we just give recognition to our culture masters, and that is very important, no? So yung pagbibigay ng pugay para sa ating mga cultural masters who really did their works, time, efforts, and everything in terms of safeguarding the culture. So that's one of the highlight of the program. So nandun sila. So we're inviting. And also we're also inviting the NCIP, the NCMF, the CHED, and the TESTA to be there, and even the DepEd. So the CHED is also giving memorandum to all the regional offices, no, and the TESTA to all the regional offices to really know, to really make their own way of celebrating Dayaw in their own community or in their own institution. So basically, yung tanong ni Sir kanina, so ito na yon, we are here with PIA, of course, no? So this is a collaborative effort to really show na mayroon tayong malaking celebration at ito ay Dayaw para sa lahat.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. Good morning, Jubilee Guzman, DWBL, and Margo TV Philippines. Una-una, napaka-swerte natin na rito po kayo. Kasi proud na proud tayo sa mga IPs, no? I used to be in Bamban, Tarlac, supporting the indigenous people also there. Ano po ba yung event ng Dayaw sa future na sa 2021, right? Tayo po ba yung kumpleto yung ating representative from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao of IPs? Or yung ano lang, yung mga nag-join lang po sa inyo? Sir?
Basically, per committee. Kasi may mga clusters. Halimbawa, Kalinga clusters. Lahat ng northern clusters or cultural communities will be joining the Dayaw. So, ibig sabihin, they are well represented from their own communities. Central, we have the Visayas, so they have also the clusters who will be joining the Dayaw, and even the Mindanao or the Southern Cultural Community. So, lahat ng cluster, halimbawa dito sa Bulacanyo, sasali din sila because they have their own clusters. So, ang Dayaw kasi hindi lamang para lang sa indigenous people, mga tribo, di ba? Hindi. Lahat ng mga, kasi lahat tayo ay indigenous sa Pilipinas. Yan ang dapat na nasa, lahat tayo ay indigenous sa Pilipinas. And so, ang Dayaw ay para sa lahat. So ito, mayroong mga clusters who will be representing their own communities this coming 20 and 21.
Yung po bang event sa sa Met is starting sa pag-ano po ninyo? Bukas na po pala siya
The Met?
sa Metropolitan Theater.
Yes.
Okay.
Bukas na po siya. Actually, sorry. Madami na po actually mga palabas na nangyayari sa Metropolitan Theater. May mga conferences, film showings actually every week we have. And this year, since we are bringing back Dayaw on site, so we're very happy for it to be presented sa Metropolitan Theater in Aroceros Park, which is also being supported by the City Government of Manila. So we're very thankful na mangyayari siya ngayon sa Met na, sa Manila naman.
Maganda po yan kasi alam niyo po, tayo po mga Pilipino dapat talaga may venue na ganyan for kagaya sa culture natin. Sa inyo pong pagpapalagay, sir, ano po ba yung best culture that we have in Dayaw? Sa Dayaw Festival po ninyo?
Basically, ano yung best culture? Lahat ay best.
Lahat ay
Kasi,
best.
because in Dayaw, we will be sharing our best practices.
Okay.
The best practices of all the indigenous cultural communities. Like Subanan, they will be sharing their best practices. The Tiboli, the Blaan, yung mga galing sa Benguet, no? Mga galing sa Visayas. So they will be sharing because they have their own schools of living tradition.
Yeah.
And then the schools of living tradition basically is the flagship program of the NCCA where all the best practices of each community nandun na yung intangible at tangible. So kaya it's a very happy celebration. No? Masayang-masaya ang celebration na ito kasi makikita mo lahat yung tunay na pagka-Pilipino. No? Sa damit, sa oral tradition, sa sayaw, expressions, belief, nandun makikita mo. Where in fact sa opening, Ma'am Mary, mayroon tayong ritual. Di ba? So, minsan hindi natin ginagamit yan. Yung sa ritual, tatlo yan. Tatlo. Para sa Holy Trinity. Nandun si Muslim, nandun si Christian, nandun si indigenous people. So, tatlong community ang doon sa opening ritual namin.
Thank you.
If I may add to that, no po. Ang maganda po dito is nandito po yung mismong may-ari ng kultura ngayon para ipakilala po sa mas nakararaming publiko. So, hindi na po natin to kailangan, katulad ng sinabi ni Sir Reden kanina, sila mismo, mga IT groups na yun nandito. So, kung meron tayong tanong about their cultures, hindi na lang sa libro, hindi na lang sa video. Makikita natin sila, makakausap natin sila. We can interact with them during the Dayo Festival here on October 20 to 21.
Lahat po ba ng media pwede hong pumunta on their
Open.
own?
Yes,
Oh,
definitely, and it's for free. So, makidayo po tayong lahat.
okay, thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum. Maraming talaga. Tanong ko lang, anong collaboration with DOST?
DOST?
Science and Technology.
Nabanggit niyo po kanina kasi sa calendar of activities.
It's there, it's a calendar.
Sa calendar.
Can we go back to the calendar?
Dito, tama na at maraming celebrating Filipino heritage.
But regarding disaster resilience,
Sila po yung lead, sir.
Lead agency.
May lead agencies po kasi dyan. So we are, we put the activities that they have in an omnibus calendar. So we would like to present that also to you. So even the agencies that were mentioned in the law are also having their own celebration, their own way of makikisa para sa indigenous peoples.
alam ko kasi sa kasi may collaboration din yata yung Philippine Textile Research Institute tungkol sa mga traditional fabrics.
Pero kasi ito po kasi sir is a celebration. So I think what you're mentioning is like an ongoing collaboration that they have. But what we are doing right now is for Dayaw, we are consolidating all the activities specifically to celebrate the month. So meron po mga ongoing activities po talaga ang bawat iba't ibang mga ahensya ng pamahalaan para po pangalagaan ang ating mga heritage, mga katutubong kultura, katutubong talino at henyo. So meron po talaga mga ongoing na ganyan.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, ngayon from Philippine News Agency. Last year, sir, invited niyo yung mga folk singers, mga performers. Ngayong year po ba, may inaasahan po ba tayo mga top performers na magpa-participate sa Dayaw?
Yes, ma'am. Basically, we are tapping and we are inviting yung mga magaling natin yung mga folk chanters, performers from the different indigenous cultural communities. So, nandun sila to really show kung ano yung kultura talaga ng Pilipinas. So, kaya I'm inviting all of you to be there to witness ito. Kasi lahat ng ating mga, for example, yung mga nominees from Manilikan Bayan, at saka yung mga cultural masters are also invited to join the Dayaw. No, not this month, but basically this Dayaw is more focusing on the community. Yung parang galing doon sa community talaga, dinala sila dito.
Pati yung music po nila.
The musics, the dances, para at least ma-showcase nila.
Yes.
Hindi lang doon sa kanilang
Katutubong
locality
kanta, katutubong sayaw.
na makilala sila, kundi sa buong bansa.
Okay. Sir, anong oras nag-i-start yung program?
Usually program starts at 9 a.m. and then
Up
ends
to
at 7:30 p.m. or 8 o'clock evening. So whole day yan, whole day.
Daily yan, sir, daily.
2 days
2
na.
days.
Sir, aside sa more than 225
Participants.
participants, mga ilan po ang i-expect nyo darating sa Met? Considering yung ilan po ang seating capacity ng
At 900? yun? 900?
500.
9.
Yung clusters na mag-join is 225, pero we are also inviting the schools of living traditions kasi mayroon ding mga schools of living traditions who will be joining, and the ICX, no, the Caribbean Cultural Heritage, or also yung mga trainees natin, papasok din sila at maging part ng participants.
If I may just add to that, yung mga hindi makakarating sa MED, meron din chance na actually mga estudyante kasi yung mga IT groups din po natin ay pupunta rin sa iba't ibang schools nearby. So we will be also sharing that information once we firm up the calendar with the schools.
And additionally, we are targeting many audiences or even millions of audiences to really know what is Dayaw. So that is why we have also the craft demonstration. So yung paggawa ng mga beads nila, yung weaving doon sa mga universities. So they will be demonstrating those craft and arts in different higher education institutions in Manila. So yun ang kagandahan ng Dayaw. Hindi lang sayaw, hindi lang music, kundi pati yung mga ginagawa nila na ipapakita nila sa mga estudyante at sa mga guro. Basically, Chet ang ating partner because yun ang isang maganda kasi marami nakakaalam pag nasa edukasyon tayo.
Okay, Sir Reden, kukuha lang sana ako ng reaksyon ng sa inyong sa NCCA. Kasi dito lang September 20, during the deliberation sa House, sumara po ang NCIP. Merong isang congressman sa Camiguin na nagsabi hindi niya kinikilala ang mga indigenous people sa lugar niya at wala daw ni isang indigenous doon. Kumbaga, naaabuso po yung Aprilo natin karapatan ng mga katutubo. Any reaction po?
Siguro the best person to really talk about and discuss and to answer, of course, the query is the NCIP. Because we have different mandates and principles in terms of advocating yung para sa mga IP. But siguro just to give my reaction, kasi nandito naman yung, we have the law, we call this EPRA law, 8371. Nagkasaad doon, lahat ng indigenous peoples around the country ay mayroong rights in terms of cultural integrity, in terms of their rights towards their ancestral domain. So, nandun nakasaad sa 8371. So, but basically siguro, we have to strengthen our collaborations. We have to solidify what is really good for indigenous people. Because ang IP ay Filipino din sila. Filipino din tayo. We are not different from other Filipinos. So we are one. So that is why we are campaigning and we are having to, that objectives to really understand their plights, their welfare, our welfare as indigenous people. Kaya nandito kami, nandito ako to really raise our voice that we are a Filipino. We're not only coming from indigenous cultural communities, but we are representing Filipino as a whole.
Pero sa your own knowledge, wala bang IP ron?
Sa kaming lugar yan?
Camiguin.
I think mayroon kasi malapit yan sa Surigao. No? So Camiguin, malapit yan sa Surigao, that's part of Mindanao, mayroon yung mga IP doon. So,
Historically, sir, or ngayon lang?
No, since time immemorial. So if we want to have the profiling, siguro mas maganda yan ng project, no? So that we can also have, but we will ask the NCIP. Kaya sabi ko, the right person to answer that is the NCIP because they have the list who are the members of the indigenous cultural communities in Camiguin area.
Salamat, sir.
Thank you very much.
This concludes the question and answer portion of our PIA press conference. May we now ask for the closing statements from our guests from the NCCA and our PIA Director General Jose Torres.
In behalf of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, so I would like to say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, and we are very grateful for allowing us to be here this morning to sharing our advocacies, to give information sa lahat ng mga Pilipino sa bansa, to really support this Dayaw Festival. So maraming salamat sa mga media, our friends from media, lahat na nandito. So you're very welcome on October 20 to 21 to witness the grandest celebration sa ating bansa.
Sa media.
And Ma'am Louie will also add, Ma'am Louie, from Mary Ann.
Thank you. Thank you very much po sa PIA sa pagtanggap po sa aming pakiusap na maging na maibahagi po ito sa inyong lahat na nandito, mga kaibigan po natin sa media, sa press. Maraming salamat po. Tulungan niyo po kami ipalaganap ang balita, ang magandang balita ito sa mga nanonood po dyan, mga estudyante, lalong-lalo na sa Kalakang, Maynila. Makidayaw na, malapit na sa October 20 to 21.
Okay.
Maraming salamat sa ating mga bisita. We assure you sa PIA na patuloy po yung aming pagtulong at pagsuporta para maipaabot sa mamamayan, especially sa masang Pilipino, kung ano man ang mga proyekto ng ating pamahalaan, kasama na ang mga proyekto para sa ating indigenous peoples. Sa mga kapatid natin sa media, mga kasama natin sa media, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, iba po yung ating media briefing every week. Gusto po nating i-stress, alam niyo naman po na Philippine Information Agency, ang focus ito ay development communication, kaya gusto po nating iparating sa ating mga kababayan, sa sambayan ng Pilipino, kung ano yung mga issues and concerns ng batayang mga organisasyon at mga proyekto na at programa ng pamahalaan para sa ating mga kababayan, especially doon sa grassroots level. Kaya kung napansin niyo, kasama natin yung mga ahensya ng pamahalaan na may concern sa indigenous peoples, kanina po yung sa ating senior citizens, earlier yung mga small and medium enterprises na tinutulungan ng Department of Trade and Industry. Kaya sana po tulungan niyo po kami na ipalaganap ang ganitong impormasyon, hindi lang naman po isyong politikal o ekonomiya ang bumubuo sa ating lipunan or lumalaganap sa ating lipunan. Andun po yung issue ng ating mga kababayan, especially doon sa grassroots level. Thank you very much at sa aming lingwahe sa mga sibanan, ang piyatas ng tao. Magandang araw po sa inyo.